That's a good basketball team out there. Extremely well coached. And I'm not talking about the Bobcats. I'm talking about the Longhorns. Coach Terry and his staff deserve a ton of credit for having this guys ready to play. They smacked us around pretty early on, but I am proud that my guys found some kind of way to respond. But that team's going to win a lot of games. They got the right guy sitting in the front seat, and I just hope that there's something that we can walk away from here proud of and that we can build on.
How did you turn it on? It's 25-4. Eventually, you have the lead.
Yeah.
What changed?
Yeah, I just think that guys settled in a little bit, and they were able to live in the moment a little bit and play the possession, which is always important when you're playing against a team such as this and a venue such as this.
Coach, obviously, Texas has a lot of size with, Dylan Mitchell and Caden Shedrick. Just wondering how you felt your team really handled that challenge, obviously, having a smaller team.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that they were going to be a big team coming in. Obviously, we need to find a way how to put them in some rotations. They're extremely well coached, so we knew that they were going to be tags and hedges at the right time. So we were trying to put them in some short roll situations. I wish that we had kind of stopped penetrating and started elevating. I thought we got a little bit too deep, too close to shot blockers. And then after that, after a few, they got in our head a little bit. But I thought that our ball screen action and how we were able to slip out of it early on and get short pockets kind of was the way that we wanted to attack them.
How can you take tonight's performance, particularly the Tino run in the first half and the strong beginning of the second half? What are you going to emphasize in those particular moments of the game that are going to help this team? Once y'all get the confidence?
Yeah, I'll dive into it a little bit, when it comes down to the film. But as a whole, when you're able to get stops, you can get transition buckets. So we were able to get out and transition a little bit because we were able to get some stops. Got our hands on some balls, some deflections and things of that nature. Hopefully, if we can look at this and pull away from it, that we can guard a little bit better and get back to guarding the way that we're capable of guarding. I like to kind of start there. And then if we do that, and then we can look at our ability to share the ball a little bit, not care who scores it. Those are the things I'm looking to draw away from this.
Coach, Jordan Mason coming back, who's came back against UTA, starting tonight. How's this offense kind of changed with him back in the lineup, especially and how's he kind of handled this transition coming back from injury?
Yeah, it's a process. He's still working his way back into playing shape. He's been out for quite some time, but he helps the ball move a little bit. Most of the time he's pretty pinpoint with his passes. They gave him a lot of different looks tonight. They keyed in on him, and they did a really, really good job on him. But, he's a good player. He can rise up and make a shot, so that's always important. But he also has a pretty good feel for the game. So it's going to be, it's going to be important for us to have him healthy moving forward.
You touched on it a minute ago with Mark, but what specifically were the conversations like whenever you guys are down 25-4? What are you telling the guys in the huddle? What are they saying to each other to kind of light a fire and get back into the game?
Yeah, we just talked to these guys about never panicking. I mean, we got 2 championship rings in the inside of them. They say never panic. So we just play the style of ball that we play, and that's we play the possession out. Trust and believe. That's the first thing that you got to do. So it wasn't anything magical, to be honest with you. It's just us. It's that slow grind, that crock pot cooking. Just trust it.
Coach, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about Max Asmus. Obviously, it looks like he had 26, 5 of 12 from 3. Just what you saw from him out there tonight.
Same thing the country's been seeing out of him in the last 3 years or whatever. It don't matter what uniform he has on. He's a high-level, excellent player. He plays with the type of grace. I'm a fan of his, been a fan of his. I'm happy to see him doing it at this level. Obviously, you can't give him any space. He got his rhythm going early, and we knew that was a possibility. And it could be a long night for any team, not just Texas State, but any team if he's able to do that. So they got a good player right there.
Coach, another player that had a really good night was Brandon Love. I know he's been stepping up really big in that forward position. Just what about his contributions to the team so far?
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player. It's a process, though. He has to continue to improve at it. But, you know, I think credit got to go to his teammates for trusting him. You know, it's not that often that a 5-man is going to create a shot for himself. So what they do is they did a really good job of, you know, getting him the ball in positions where he can score. And, you know, he slowed himself down enough to kind of, you know, rely on his left hand and over his right shoulder.
You know, this is the first time the Bobcats are playing in the Moody Center. You know, a unique environment compared to most arenas. Just how do you think your team handled kind of this unique environment tonight?
You know, I was proud of him. I was proud of him, man. It's an unbelievable place, great college atmosphere, you know. So, and man, I don't know if I've been in a better arena than this in my entire life. So, I thought the guys did a really, really good job of settling into themselves and competing and trying to, you know, trying to play the game to win the game.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you. Absolutely.